Nikola Tesla is an extraordinary figure who profoundly influenced the history of science and technology. He was born in 1856 and grew up in the territory of the Austrian Empire, which is present-day Croatia. Tesla was an inventor, electrical engineer, and mechanical engineer, and one of the greatest minds of the 19th and early 20th centuries. His visionary mind and inventions revolutionized the field of electricity, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire and influence society to this day. From a young age, Tesla demonstrated remarkable ability in understanding and manipulating the principles of electricity. Although he studied engineering and physics at university, he did not graduate. His career began in telephony and energy companies, where he quickly stood out for his intelligence and creativity. However, his first major opportunity came when he moved to the United States in 1884, where he started working with the renowned inventor Thomas Edison. Despite Tesla's significant contributions, he was only truly recognized after his death. Many of his inventions seemed ahead of his time but influenced important technologies that we use today, such as Wi-Fi and wireless chargers. This also applies to many of his ideas and opinions, such as his fascination with the pyramids, which we will explore in today's video. Tesla believed that the pyramids erected by the Egyptians served not only as simple tombs, but had a much greater purpose. Perhaps they could be great generators and transmitters of energy, capturing resources from the sun, moon, and other cosmic objects, and disseminating them to the surrounding society. This is, at the very least, a controversial assertion, don't you think? But let's delve a little deeper into the inventor's work and the structure of the pyramids to understand how he arrived at this conclusion. You might argue that Tesla isn't one of the foremost authorities and references when it comes to Egyptian pyramids. But one thing no one can deny is his knowledge regarding energy, especially electricity. One of his most significant contributions was the development of the alternating current (AC) electrical transmission system, which enabled the efficient distribution of electricity over long distances. The introduction of AC not only allowed for the construction of large-scale electrical grids, but also played a crucial role in propelling the Second Industrial Revolution, fueling industrial growth, and transforming urban life forever. This was the primary reason for the divergence between Tesla and Thomas Edison. While Edison favored the use of direct current (DC) for energy transmission, Tesla believed that alternating current was much more efficient and practical. This dispute led to the famous War of Currents. Edison's direct current was the standard in the United States, and one of his patents that generated considerable profits. Tesla, on the other hand, was less concerned about profitability and more interested in the possibilities offered by a more efficient system. From this premise, Tesla made significant advances, such as the invention of the induction motor, which operates exclusively on alternating current and is widely used in industrial and domestic applications to this day. This motor utilizes the principle of electromagnetic induction to generate motion, eliminating the need for brushes and commutators found in direct current motors, making it more efficient and durable. Another major contribution of the inventor was the development of the Tesla coil, one of his most iconic creations. It is a resonant transformer capable of producing extremely high voltages. While initially developed for high-frequency experiments and high-voltage electricity, the Tesla coil also found applications in wireless communications and energy transmission. Tesla also made significant contributions to the development of X-ray technology, pioneering research in wireless communication, paving the way for the invention of modern radio, and being a precursor in the field of wireless energy transmission. He conducted bold experiments that addressed concepts of electromagnetism, fluid mechanics, and solar energy. This is where things start to get interesting for us. Tesla claimed that many of these innovative ideas were based on studies and inferences he made about the pyramids. The constructions were an object of fascination for the inventor since his childhood. He extensively read about them, showing interest in new discoveries and correlating the data disclosed by researchers with other knowledge he possessed about astrology, numerology, geography, physics, and so on. After observing numerous data points intersecting and reappearing, he came to the conclusion that it shouldn't be merely a coincidence but something planned, designed, and built for a far more complex purpose than a pharaoh's tomb. Some ancient civilizations, such as the Mesopotamian, Sumerian peoples, and even the Egyptians, utilized advanced technologies that still astound us today. Many mastered astronomy, agriculture, chemistry, physics, and engineering techniques essential for erecting grand constructions like pyramids. However, deducing that they already grasped concepts of electrical energy transmission seems a bit too much, doesn't it? What parameters did Tesla use to reach this conclusion? The first clue was the very structure of the pyramids. They were constructed with granite blocks containing small crystals and metals slightly radioactive, potentially allowing for air ionization within the chambers, acting as electricity conductors. Moreover, they were built over the vast underground water channels of the Giza Plateau, which could also serve as conducting poles. Additionally, the external casing was made of limestone blocks with insulating properties, and there was an adornment constructed with a gold alloy on top, like a crown, one of the best conducting materials known to humanity. This setup could function as a source to capture and disseminate the generated and stored energy within the pyramids. However, it wasn't merely the construction material that would enable the pyramids to function as energy transmitters, according to Tesla, but their location. As we've seen, they were situated near an underground water source, which would greatly contribute to this purpose. Furthermore, they were positioned at a specific point relating to the planet's elliptical orbit and Tesla's line of thought. He, being fixated on numbers, didn't believe this was a simple coincidence. For him, this position would be ideal not only to capture energy from the Sun and other celestial bodies, but also to utilize the Earth's poles as a massive electromagnetic generator capable of creating and distributing energy limitlessly. Could this really be possible? Well, Nikola Tesla tried to prove to us that it could be. One of his most ambitious projects was the invention and attempt to build towers that would transmit wireless electrical energy. Not only energy transmission, but it was also envisioned to transmit data and information, creating something akin to a planetary communication network accessible to everyone. Perhaps through a global internet network transmitted by satellites, which is being implemented by a great admirer of Nikola Tesla, Elon Musk. However, the first step towards constructing this system, inspired by the pyramids, was the construction of the transmission tower at Wardenclyffe, known as the Tesla Tower. This system was conceptualized from 1898, but construction only began in 1901 through investments made by entrepreneurs who saw potential in the inventor's idea. However, the project faced various obstacles, especially after some investors withdrew due to disagreements with Tesla's ambitions. As we mentioned, his goal wasn't profit but rather to create something that would enhance people's lives and be distributed freely to all. Now, that's not an appealing product for the business world, especially for energy companies emerging at that time. Gradually, funds were withdrawn, and the situation worsened after 1905 when Tesla stopped receiving royalties for the patents that had sustained him until then. These patents belonged to the Tesla Electric Light Company, which is now owned by the Union Electric Manufacturing Company. I have everything in this office. There will never be something called Tesla again, he lamented. The project fell into oblivion, the tower was demolished in 1917, and the scrap was sold to pay off some of Tesla's debts. He continued his studies, conducting smaller research, but nothing compared to the contributions he made in his youth. The inventor delved even deeper into his beliefs in numerology, which began to influence not only his work but also his routine. He became obsessed with numbers like 3, 6, and 9, claiming they held the secrets of the universe. These behaviors became more pronounced, bordering on superstition, to the point where people around him considered them eccentric. He would only stay in hotels that contained these numbers or their variations on the facade, floor, and in his room. He would also walk around the block several times before entering any place. His research took on an esoteric tone, which didn't harm his past accomplishments, but certainly compromised his credibility in the scientific community. This even affected his thoughts on the pyramids we just discussed. It seems that Tesla was genuinely fascinated by the pyramids, the methods employed in their construction, and the mystery surrounding their purpose, even conducting experiments with pyramid-shaped objects during the 1930s. However, there are no reliable sources confirming that he genuinely believed the pyramids of Giza were electrical energy transmitters, nor is there evidence that the tower he erected at Wardenclyffe was truly inspired by ancient constructions. Despite his legitimate aspirations to create an international network for communication and wireless electrical energy transmission, Nikola Tesla remains a figure that captivates and intrigues generations worldwide. His contributions to the modern world are extremely significant, which is why he is considered a genius ahead of his time. Many believe this means he saw things that we mere mortals have yet to comprehend, such as the real purpose of the Egyptian pyramids. So, what's your opinion? I'll leave it here until next time.